The original Adams family included George, wife Pauline, and children Sandra and George Jr. Getting to Tampa was not an easy trip for the Adams family, as a portion of the trip was completed on horseback. The trip's most dangerous passage was through the snow-covered Alps in North Florida. While George Sr. and daughter Sandra saw George Jr.'s true talent to become a roofer, George Jr.'s heart was set on becoming a professional football player. Not having the talent or physique, George Sr. prepared George Jr. to level the football playing field. Having given up on football, George Jr. pursued a brief and unsuccessful career as a Moss Brothers fashion model. All kidding aside, Electric Supply remains a family business. Well, almost all kidding aside. Electric Supply was founded by George Adams Sr. His wife Pauline kept the books and also served as secretary. We started our business in a 5,000 square foot building with a very muddy parking lot. By early 1973, construction began on a larger facility to provide more space and allow us to better serve our customers. We could not afford to close our doors while moving, so we did without sleep and moved over a weekend. On a Monday morning in September of 1973, our new facility was ready for business, still the family business that we were 35 years ago.
Well, when most people are starting to think about slowing down, maybe even retiring, having the mortgage paid down, Dad borrowed every penny he could get, I believe, took a tremendous leap of faith, substantial risk, and started Electric Supply of Tampa.
And of course, I decided that if I ever was going to do it, that it needed to be at that time. And at that time, I was 51 years old.
I was sort of the gopher, but he was definitely the brains behind the outfit. I helped some with the labor, as did the handful of other people. And Dad was out there working with us on a regular basis, every bit as hard as any of the rest of us were.
Actually, we were the very first customer Electric Supply ever had. My dad phoned in an order to Mr. Adams Sr., and George Jr. actually filled the order and delivered it to my dad back in 1970.
Started out very small, and its goal was to be small, to have a few customers and to serve them really well. And because they did that so well, the business grew.
And we never hoped to be a big business, but we did say that although we couldn't be a big business, we could be the best business. So that's what we set our goal to be, was the best business.
They worked well together. George and his dad have had a wonderful relationship, very respectful of one another, and they both had the same commitment towards making the business work.
We had an old-time customer called Robinson Electric, which Mr. Adams called on at that time. And either he or George, probably once to twice a week, would end up going by their office at 7, 8 o'clock at night on their way home and drop material off. And sometimes the gate would be locked and they'd have to hop the fence to get in there to leave the material. So that happened quite often.
When I was pregnant with our first child, I'd gone into labor in the middle of the night and realized we had to go to the hospital, that the baby was coming.
And I had some material in my car that I had promised I would drop off the next morning.
So as I'm having excruciating labor pains and anxious to get to the hospital, we had to, on the way to the hospital, make a delivery to a customer first.
I stopped at the customer's shop, climbed his fence, put the material in the back, and she's never let me forget it. You want to feel good about going to work. If your team members are happy and feel good about the way they're being treated, they're going to make their customers feel good about the way they're treated. So it's the right thing to do.
They're genuinely concerned about their employees, and they treat everyone fairly, and it's nice to know that you work for a company, you know, that you enjoy your job, you enjoy getting up every morning and coming to work.
They will take the time to stop me in the hallway and ask, how's your children doing? How's your wife doing? And things of that nature. Where a lot of other companies, they probably would say, you know, Bruce, go get the job done, and that's not what Electric Supply is all about.
Everybody's so friendly, you just feel like part of the family, you know. It's easy to do your job because you always feel upbeat.
No matter how large we've grown since I've been here, it maintains that family atmosphere.
You know that it's not a big corporate thing where you're just a number and everything like that. You know that they care about you and they care about your well-being, and they do the best to keep everybody happy.
They do treat you like you're part of the family and not just a number. To me, that means a lot.
I just started working here. We were at a Christmas party, and I introduced him to my wife, and he knew my name and her name already, and I thought that was important, you know, for a place that I had just started at. I mean, within a week or so.
It's always great to be able to go into work someplace you like, and this is definitely a place that I really enjoy.
Their family, especially the Adams. They're like your father, your sister and brother, and then the employees, the rest of them are like nieces and nephews.
I bring my daughter in here, and she goes to see Mr. Adams, and Mr. Adams treats her just like his own grandchildren. It's just amazing. Every time she comes in, she's got to go see Mr. Adams. It's like a grandpa. He slips her $1 or $2.
Their doors is always open if there's a problem or anything that's going on within the company or within your personal life that they can help you with. They do it wholeheartedly.
Because our people, that's the #1 asset in the business, and without them, we couldn't do it.
Our customers know that they can call us any time of the day or night, holidays, weekends, and we're going to get the material to them. We'll either deliver it or we'll meet them here and let them get it. It happens all the time. It's really more common than not.
Every customer is important to us.
Everybody has products to sell, but service is what sets them apart above every other company in town that we deal with.
They try to do whatever they can do to help their customers, to meet their customers' needs.
Electric Supply is a family-owned company just like we are, and so we appreciate dealing with them because of the personal relationships with not only the owners of the company, but our sales representative. We've had the same sales representative for the 18 years that they've called on us, and we appreciate that as well.
I'm not ashamed to say they helped us financially many times with and help. Murray Electric wouldn't still be here today if it wasn't for Electric Supply's help that they gave us.
When you walk through the doors, you're greeted by a salesperson. They're more than willing to help you get whatever you need, take care of your needs at that time.
I can give you many, many examples where they've jumped through hoops for Tampa Electric. One of the most recent ones is we actually needed a whole truckload of conduit. We needed it that same day. And it was something that wasn't ordered on our part. Pick up the phone, call Electric Supply, and I can tell you what, they're loading that truck almost immediately, getting it to us.
It's a very good group of people, right down to the delivery guys.
Having the local level of support has been fantastic for us. It provides us, we can operate in kind of a just-in-time type of approach. We need something now. Becky can order something in the morning and she knows it's going to be delivered in the afternoon, and there's no other supplier out there that can provide that level of service.
Our first mission statement went something like, take care of each other, take care of our customers, take care of our suppliers, and the rest will take care of itself. That's as true today as it ever was, and it always will be that way. For those of you who have done so much to take care of us, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and may God bless you.
George, I would just like to say amen to everything that you have just said, and I'd like to add to that to all of you, these 35 years that we have been in business at Electric Supply of Tampa, they have been wonderful years, and you folks are responsible for this. You have all been a very important part of it, whether employee or team member, as we prefer to call you, or customers or suppliers. All of you have been very important to us, and certainly you have been so important in making Electric Supply what it is today. And we thank every one of you for the important part that you have played in this. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you.
just a start. Yeah, I got to get you in my life, mama. Got to get you next to me. Yeah, only the beginning. Only just a start.
We're extremely excited about our anniversary. I've always taken things one day at a time, and it's hard for me to believe that I've been doing this for over half my life. But did I ever think we would get here? Gee, I never much thought about it. I was always worried about the next day, or concerned with it. But it's been fun, and as we've said, this is only the beginning.